China, meanwhile, has picked another fight. This time, it's not some tiny island nation or a neighboring country. It's the world's richest man. Talk about a main event. Elon Musk versus the Chinese government. What are they fighting over? Space. China has registered a formal complaint with the United Nations. What is their allegation? That Elon Musk is crowding space, that his satellites nearly collided with their space station. Apparently, there were two near misses. One on the 1st of July, and again, the second one on the 21st of October. Now, a collision in space can be disastrous. There is no emergency response system. If there are astronauts involved, it can be fatal. So how did China avoid this collision? Here's what their government says. For safety reasons, the China space station took the initiative to conduct an evasive maneuver to avoid a potential collision between the two spacecraft. That's China's version. They evaded Elon Musk's StarLink satellite, they say, not once but twice. What does SpaceX say? Well, they haven't reacted yet, and technically, they don't have to. But Chinese social media users are jumping the gun. They're trolling Elon Musk. One user called the Starlink satellites a pile of space junk. Another called it American space warfare weapons. Classic Chinese overreaction. Beijing is talking about outer space laws and protocols. Listen to this.
The
United States should respect the international system for outer space based on international law and take immediate measures to prevent such incidents from happening again. They should adopt a responsible attitude to protect the lives and safety of astronauts in orbit and to ensure the safety and stability of operations for facilities in outer space.
Well, that's news for us. Since when does China care about international systems? They openly flout rules in the South China Sea. They regularly challenge the sovereignty of their neighbors, and now they're talking about international laws. You cannot have it both ways. Either you respect all treaties and protocols, or you don't complain about dubious incidents. And for the record, space laws are not clearly defined. Most of the rules are based on the Outer Space Treaty. Do you know when this document was signed? In 1967, more than 50 years ago. So much has changed in the last half century. One of the signatories, the Soviet Union, does not even exist anymore. We have private companies launching satellites now. We have space tourism. We have rovers trudging through Mars. A 1967 treaty cannot guide space exploration in 2021. But that's a debate for another day. We're discussing China's alleged near misses with StarLink today. Is that a violation of space laws? Well, we don't know if this incident even happened. There is no independent verification, plus SpaceX is silent. And this is not about defending Elon Musk. He can do it himself. This is about China's double standards. You cannot pick and choose which international rules to follow. You cannot threaten violence on the seas and cry for help in the skies. If you do, nobody will take you seriously. Also, is there a political angle to this complaint? After all, Elon Musk is an American businessman. His companies are registered in the US. Is this Beijing's way of sending a message to him? Could Tesla be the next victim of China's crackdown? It's certainly possible. Why else would China delay their complaint? The space treaty is very clear about dangers in space. If you find something that could harm astronauts, you're supposed to flag it immediately. That's what the treaty says, but China did not. They waited until December the 6th to report the near misses. It doesn't sound so urgent, does it? And I'm not saying that Elon Musk's satellites are not a nuisance. They are becoming one. So far, he's launched 1,900 satellites. The plan is to launch thousands more. Does the Earth's orbit have enough space for this? We already have 30,000 satellites floating around, 30,000. So more satellites mean more space junk. But China should be the last one complaining about this. Neither should they take the lead in space reform, because if they do, we know how things will play out. Space pirates, boundary violations, and galactic quibbles. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.